And hello Twitch, and later when the VOD goes live, YouTube. This is Xenobears, and we're getting back to the Mega Man X franchise, because Platinum Trophied Elder Scrolls Oblivion already. Might do the Shivering Isles content later. But, for now, we shall play Mega Man X3, because that's where I was last in the series. Dang, hard to believe this game's 30 years old. In the year 21XX, all Mavericks have been neutralized thanks to the efforts of a Reploid scientist named Dr. Doppler. Using his neurocomputer, he has been able to suppress any abnormal behavior in the Reploids and prevent them from going berserk. Oh, great, so he's mind-controlling all the robots. That's not going to bite us in the ass. Many of the most advanced Reploids have gathered near their new mentor and founded Doppeltown, a perfect utopian community. Dog's going crazy. With Dr. Doppler guiding them, the world seemed ready to enter a new golden age. After a few months, the Mavericks, who were supposed to have been neutralized by the neurocomputer, suddenly appeared and began to riot. At Maverick Hunter headquarters, all the intelligence indicated that Dr. Doppler was the mastermind behind the invasion. Soon, the call went out to XN0 to destroy the invading Mavericks and to bring Dr. Doppler to justice. Maverick Hunter XN0, dispatch! Hey, they changed the color of Zero's gems in that picture. Usually they're green. There they were blue. A few hours later, emergency contact was made by the headquarters of Maverick Hunter. Which Maverick Hunter? This is the headquarters of Maverick Hunter. Which Maverick Hunter? We are under attack from the Doppler force. All units, return to base immediately and return fire. Mega Man X 3. The 3D stuff was so unnecessary, and it made the cartridge for this game so goddamned expensive. Okay. Before we do anything else, changing which buttons on the dash. I always change the dash button to shoulder these days. Back when it was on SNES, I would play it with the claw grip, but my fingers just can't take that anymore. So now, I changed the control scheme to something a little more comfortable. And it looks like we're doing a pretty bang-up job shooting down all the, B-copters. X, I'll clear out the enemies out here. You go ahead and deal with the ones inside. Roger that, Zero. Oh, now y'all stop dropping energy. There we go. Mac, where have you been? You're far too trusting, X. I'm now a member of Doppler's army. You'll make a fine addition to our forces once you have been shown the true destiny of the Reploid race. What, you mean to become hybrid techno-organic things? Oh wait, no, that's not to like ZX. And this is the neatest part of this particular game, is you get to play as Zero. And Zero's Z-Saber attack is way overpowered. Are you okay, X? Thanks, Zero. I'm okay. I'll check around headquarters again. Be on your guard, X. Ah, I was trying to get out of this one hitless, but I ended up taking a couple hits. Looks like we swept most of the enemies out of here. I'll go back and check on headquarters. Call me if you need me. See you later, X. Alright. And now, the eternal problem of any Mega Man X game. Which boss do I fight first? Let's go with Blizzard Buffalo, because his level has the dash boots, which are immensely useful for getting around. X3 is a bit different from X1 in that this game really, really wants you to have to backtrack a lot. It's very difficult to minimize the amount of backtracking you'll end up needing to do. Hey, come on, climb. And if you have the right armor, you can get it here, and then you can use it to break these bricks. Or if you have Tunnel Rhino's weapon, it can break those bricks as well. And the dog's going nuts because people are mowing yards. Keep having to remind her other people are allowed to exist, but, you know, she's very territorial. And this is one of the rooms where you could fight Bit or Bite. And here's a little area where if Vile's active, you can fight him down there. And while not quite as bad as trying to jump for the arm part upgrade in X1, this jump does require some precision. I only just barely didn't make it. Of course, on practice runs, I make it in one try. When I'm streaming, I manage to screw this jump up 3 times in a row. Make that 4 times in a row. Dang it. Hey, come on. Alright. There we go. Enter this Capsule X. Take this leg upgrade. The upgrade will enhance your mobility in the air. You will be able to dash left, right, or even straight up into the air. And that lets us get the energy tank. And now to go fight the boss. Probably die on the first attempt. Because I'm a little low on health. Dang it. He was starting his dash just a little too fast for me to get fully out of his way. Hey, what do you know? Got him first try, even when I come into the fight with half health. Of course, he was one of the easier bosses in the game, even without his weakness weapon. And we've got Frost Shield. Which is the weakness of this level's boss. For this particular game, it's easiest just to go in weakness order and then backtrack and pick up the items that you need specific weapons or abilities to get later. Okay, that's an unusual level of barking. I'm going to have to pause for just a minute to go check that out. And apologies for that interruption. Dogs were going nuts because neighbors' kids were playing out back. I had to rescind their outdoor privileges for a bit to get them to calm down. Alright, and here's a pad, and you're supposed to use it to get the frog armor out. I'm not going to worry about the frog armor right now because but there are a couple of things up there that you want to get, like one of the special armor mods. And ease the enemy down. Fun fact, if you defeat the Hornet boss, these enemies actually change. They no longer have their missile launchers because the Hornet boss was the one supplying everybody with extra arms and munitions. And this is an example of a weapon that completely breaks a boss. Hitting him with the ice just completely resets his pattern, forces him to do his jump attack, and then he jumps into the ice again, and he's super easy to destroy. You get Acid Burst. And now that I've taken down 2 Mavericks, Dr. Doppler starts his little evil speech. He is the Maverick Hunter I failed to catch last time. I had no idea he is so powerful. Bit and bite. Bring that Maverick Hunter to me, alive if possible. Affirmative, Dr. Doppler. Alive, Dr. Doppler? You are so kind. Watch your mouth or I'll put you back where I found you. Even with your enhancements, you are still no match for me. Thanks for the upgrade, Doctor, but I have a score to settle. And I'll do it my way. Fine, just make sure you do it. I still can't believe that Maverick Hunter defeated my master twice in the past. Making it pretty clear he's working for Sigma. And now that I have the acid weapon, go to Tunnel Rhino. Dang it, didn't get him quite fast enough, and I ended up dashing straight into the missile. Now here's a heart tank, but you need both the arm upgrade and Volt Catfish's weapon to get it. There are actually two things in this level where you need the arm parts upgrade and Volt Catfish's weapon to get them. I don't bother fighting these things. It's more annoying than it's worth. Another bit bite fight. And here's where you can use the arm parts and the Volt Catfish weapon. I believe the helmet upgrade's there. And mid-stage boss. Fairly simple. But if you're a little late on doing your wall jump, he will hit you for a decent chunk of damage. So the important thing is to be patient. And voila! A relatively easy kill. Just run. Not worth fighting them. And now to take on Tunnel Rhino. Dang it. He knocked me off the wall with that one, and then I fell onto him. Yeah, I screwed up a little bit during that fight, but still easy enough to win when you have his weakness. He didn't even use all of his moves, which surprised me. Usually when he gets around half health, he starts throwing out a couple different moves. You get Tornado Fang. Now, the standard order of weakness would have me taking on Volt Catfish next. But I want to make a slight detour to come here. Now, in a lot of ways, getting the arm parts upgrade is actually a downgrade for X because of the way the animation on the firing works. Currently, I can dash and fire my charged buster without losing momentum. Yeah, not going to bother trying to collect that bit of energy. Enter this capsule, X. Take this X-Buster upgrade. The upgrade will increase the strength of your charge shots. You will be able to shoot 2 charge shots at once. If timed correctly, you can overlap the shots to create a single cross-charge shot. The upgrade will also allow you to charge any special weapon. Now that looks pretty cool, right? I mean, but you notice what it just did to my dash and firing animation. When I'm just a stage 2 buster, I can dash and still keep moving. But with that, it arrests my forward momentum, which adversely affects my mobility options in combat. Means you're more likely to be flat-footed at a critical moment during a fight. And I'm going to be sucked backwards to the door as soon as it finishes the explosion animation. And here's where I'd get my ride armor, if I had one. I should have gone up. Dang it. Welcome, X. I'm Bit. I have my orders. You are to be destroyed. I thought I was to be captured. Dang it. His pattern's mostly easy. It's just that when he gets off that snare thing and hits you with it, that he gets irritating to deal with. And, oh, I realized I never got to him without the ride armor before. It is not possible for you to contain so much power. The next time we meet, the result shall be different. Oh, there we go. There's the heart tank. Okay, I'm going to get my ass wiped here because I'm going into this fight with very low health. And this is actually one of the tougher Mavericks. Especially when you're an idiot. Okay, yep. It helps when you don't dodge directly into his path. You know what? I'm feeling good about this run. So using a sub-tank to make sure I can finish this particular fight was worth it. Even though I didn't actually end up needing it. I had enough health that I could have survived that one extra hit. Oh well. You get Ray Splasher. Then we go over to Volt Catfish because I have his weakness and I also have the Ray Splasher, which will be handy for an upcoming bit for ensuring I can get the Z-Saber later. Volt Catfish. Yeah, apparently his hobbies include pretending to be an anime girl online. Alright. And now... Okay, the music here goes hard. And yes, I am farming the spawn point for sub-tank energy. Okay, that's one full sub-tank. I want at least 2 full sub-tanks going into this next fight. Not that I'll likely need them, just I'd like to have them. I'll probably need at least 1 though. Okay, that's 2 full sub-tanks. Just to make sure. Yep, okay. Alright, I would love to be able to just climb up in that thing, but unfortunately I cannot. Little energy, weapon energy refill here. And now, time to reunite with an old, well, not friend. An old pain in the ass. You're trapped, X. Vile? Zero and I destroyed you years ago. This factory is set to blow in a matter of minutes. Until then, I'll try and keep you busy. His right armor is a lot easier to deal with when you have a wall to jump off of. There we go. Don't think that this is the end, X. I will haunt you to the day you die. This will end up making one of the later gate levels slightly harder at first, but then I can get Zero Z Saber. Don't bother fighting everything. And there we go. And it returns us to the start of this level. Vile's been dealt with. I won't have to face him again later. I was just checking to see if they were destructible. I keep forgetting. Now, there's a couple things I can't get here because I don't have the ride armor yet, and I don't have the gravity beetle weapon. Because this is the stage that has the upgrade for your armor. Which you can get by continuing on that elevator. See, here I'd get in the ride armor, then I'd drop down, it would break this floor, and then I'd be able to get the sub-tank that's down there. And another instance where that's one of the instances where the charge buster can actually kind of screw you over. I was locked in place for the shooting animation and I couldn't dodge out of the way of that bullet. That was just me being slow on the uptake. Not quite as bad as Toxic Seahorse with the ice weapon weakness, but still far easier than it probably should be. Now, I have beaten Blast Hornet without his weakness weapon before. And destroying him would reduce backtracking slightly. Because then I'd be able to pick up the Heart Tank and Gravity Beetle's stage without having to go back after beating Blast Hornet, because you can't get his item without And I wonder if I'll fight Bite on a map where I've already beaten the boss. Probably not. Even when you're kept from going outside, you're still going to bark at random things that are happening outside. And I believe this is the head parts. Enter this capsule X. Take this sensor upgrade for your helmet. The upgrade will help you to find hidden items based on the satellite readings. You should be able to tell the exact location of items using its ground penetrating radar. Honestly, this is one of my favorite head part upgrades in the entire series. Kind of wish more head part upgrades did what this thing did. Gives you a map of the whole area. Now, sure, you can only see it when you initially teleport in, but that's not the best part. The best part is it gives you a checklist. Life up, S-Tank, head up. I've got them all, so they're all gray. Life up, S-Tank, arm part. Life up, change kangaroo. Mystery. That's the ones you get when it's a chip. Life up, change F. So this is where you get the frog form for your walker mech. Life up, change H. S-Tank, body P. Life up, ride armor. Life up, S-Tank. I could get this life up right now, actually, if I wanted to. In fact, let's go ahead and knock that out. Because it won't take long. You teleport in, and you see that it's just a few screens to the right. Oh, shit. I forgot. Can't wall slide on the ice blocks. Well, at least they stay destroyed, so I won't have to redo that whole section. But that's funny. And now, let's take out Gravity Beetle. Yeah, I won't be able to get that first thing, but I will be able to get the second. Yep. Do kind of wish I was able to bring up the and you can get a right armor right there. I am taking an enormous amount of damage. And the reason you need the right armor is to get through that. And I believe that's a chip, though. Here's another enemy that's really easy if you have this weakness weapon. Actually, it's kind of easy even without it. Gravity Beetle is not a very tough boss once you know what you're doing. And another boss down. You get Gravity Well. Now to take out Blast Hornet, which will be really, really easy with his weakness weapon. Sometimes I take him down as my first boss, although he's kind of tough as a first boss if you don't have his pattern down. Da-dun, 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 da-dun. Funny thing is, they put a ride armor pad here in the level where you get the ride armor later in the level, past the point of no return. This is also a level with a chip in it. Alright. What you got? Oh, the hologram. One of the, we had to justify installing the 3D chip thing on the cartridge for enemies. And I now have ride armor. Just like Viles. Only I can jump. Odd. Oh! There's no transport sequence because I already defeated Gravity Beetle. Oh, this is where Bite is. Nice to meet you, X. I am Bite. I've been programmed to exterminate you. Again, I could have sworn your boss told you to capture me. I didn't expect you had this power. I've lost this time, but I'll crush you next time. Next time, Gadget. Next time. There we go. And yeah, a boss that gets nerfed down to being pathetically easy when you have his weakness weapon. You get Parasitic Bomb. Alright. Let's go grab the life up real quick. Won't take long because it's very early in the level. But notice how those guys don't have their little mortar launchers anymore. Now let's go grab the kangaroo change for the riot armor. Didn't even need it. I just grabbed it out of reflex. I'm not a fan of the frog armor. I just have to tank the hits. See, and this leads to a chip, but I don't want the chip. What I want is the kangaroo transformation for the ride armor. I hardly ever use it, but you need it if you're going to have 100% completion on your parts list. And now to grab the last sub-tank and the body part upgrade. Screw it. And all my current sub-tanks are full, so already grabbed the heart tank. And I'm going to ride this one all the way up because enter this capsule X. Take this armor upgrade. The upgrade will decrease the damage done to your systems. As you receive damage, a defense field will be generated to protect you. And this one gives me shock absorber. Yay! Starting to get some screen tearing. That's not a good sign. Just for shits and giggles, I'll take the kangaroo armor. And now, For the one boss that tends to do me a decent amount of damage even when I have his weakness weapon. Crush crawfish! And that's the Hawk armor, which is one of my favorite armors in this game. If only because it gets a fun mode of locomotion. And there's the last heart tank upgrade. There was a chip upgrade down there, but I don't want the chip upgrades. Oh, I forgot I still had that equipped. And here's where a Vile teleporter would be. This would be a trapdoor to drop you down another thing, but because I already defeated Vile, he's not there. Oh, crap. I forgot about the instant death spike down there. Oh well, it gave me a chance to farm a little more energy for the sub-tanks. Although if you were going to purposefully choose a place to die over and over again, that would be a good place to do it. It would let you farm one-ups. I usually end up taking a bit of damage against this guy. usually because his invincibility frames last slightly longer than I expect them to. And he hits like a truck, too. Especially when he grabs you. You get Spinning Blade.
Any problems, Dr. Kane?
I pulled some memory chips from the Mavericks controlled by Dr. Doppler. I analyzed them and found out that Dr. Doppler is trying to create a powerful new battle body by collecting the special abilities from the latest breed of Reploids.
Battle body?
First, I thought Dr. Doppler was trying to create it for himself. But the information indicates that he will not be able to interface with it. So it must be for someone else.
Sigma!
Can he still be alive? A hidden laboratory has been pinpointed at Point D. All indications are that it is Dr. Doppler's secret lab. You need to get there immediately.
On my way.
It's time I put an end to Sigma for good. Now, I haven't really used Zero this whole time. And now, a lot of people hold X3 up as being one of the most difficult Mega Man X games. So far, that has not been the case, really. Or at the very least, it's not been egregiously tough. This is where things start changing slightly. You have to be extra careful because there are a lot of instant death traps here. X, I've come to help you. I'll stop the collapsing ceiling. You destroy that junk robot. X, there's an army of powerful Mavericks in Dr. Doppler's lab. They've been modified by Dr. Doppler into war machines. Be careful.
I'll watch my step. Thanks, Zero.
I'm gonna scout around. I'll catch up later.
Good, good.
And this is why I didn't collect any of the chips. If you get down here with all the upgrades, all the armors, and all the sub-tanks, and full health, this special pod will appear. Enter this Capsule X. Install this chip to enhance all your parts. The situation should now be improved. Good luck, X. Okay. So what enhancements do I get? I can now double air dash or do a dash jump and then still air dash. I now have access to the Hyper Crush, which is full charge shots for all my shots. If I take damage with my... And if I take damage, my damage reduction barrier lasts twice as long now. Also, when I sit still for a bit, without having a charge shot ready, watch this. I heal. And it'll also fill up sub-tanks too. It's a very slow heal. It's only like 1 pip of energy per tick, and it takes a while for it to start. I always wondered why this is such a high ceiling here. But anyway, time for a reunion with the quirky mini-boss squad. Or in this case, duo. We've been waiting for you, X. Dr. Doppler modified us after our first battle against you. Take a look at what these new upgrades. Ah, crap. He led with a punch. This is where having the double air dash helps a lot. Because it makes it easier to clear over top of him to avoid his attacks. Yeah, the health regen chip is not a very good chip on its own. If it was constant health regen, where it was going regardless of what you were doing, it would be much more useful. But the fact that you have to sit still for it to kick in makes it less than useful. Now, if I hadn't defeated Vile with a weakness weapon of his, this level would be all busted up. All the enemies would either be missing or severely damaged already. Ah, just screw it. Go past him. I didn't want any of the armors because they actually make this next bit slightly harder. X, I'm on my way. And this is how you get Zero Z Saber. You bring Zero into the fight against this mini boss that replaces Vile, and you beat it up. But when it goes down, it latches onto Zero and self-destructs.
What was that explosion? Zero, are you okay?
Sorry, X. I failed. It seems my power generator's damaged. I'll try and make it back to Dr. Kane's lab for repairs. You can't tell what's waiting for you, X. You better take my beam saber with you. Crush them all, X. You're our last hope. And now, you'll notice the final stage of X's charge shot is green. What the heck? That was a weird glitch. Alright, and now the Zero Z Saber is one of my favorite ultimate hidden weapons in the X series. Because it's the most consistently useful. You don't need a cheat code to get it. And you don't need full health to use it. It's not a one-shot on everything, but it does significant damage. You know what's funny is this boss kind of reminds me of one of the enemies from the ZX series. And now for the boss gauntlet. Do I even need to bother? Oh, I let him grab me. That was a mistake. I'm getting a little lazy because I have his weakness and I know he can't stop me. And we've already seen how easy this guy is with his weakness. Fire, freeze, fire, freeze, fire. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Now this is a fight that's still somewhat of a challenge even with his weakness. I said somewhat of a challenge, not an actual challenge. As long as you have his weakness, you can fight him pretty sloppily and still win.
And another one bites the dust. And another one bites the dust. And another one down, another one down, another one bites the dust. And this is a boss with the weakness that completely trivializes the fight. Man, these explosion sequences are so long, my regeneration should start kicking in. And another easy one. His iframes lasted just a second longer than I thought they would. So I ended up taking an extra hit on top of the one that was on top of the couple I took for, just not being cautious enough to get out of his way. And there should be crushed crawfish. Yep. So let's Triad Thunder him. And of all the Maverick bosses, he did the most damage to me. Mostly because the hit boxes on those pincers are huge. And now to fight Dr. Doppler. I've been waiting for you, X. I'm Dr. Doppler. I've been watching your battles closely. Your victories over my men have been most impressive. I need superior Reploids like yourself, X. I offer you the chance to join us. Together we shall build a utopia where the Reploids rule under the watchful eyes of Sigma, our lord and master. No, wait, Doc. Your schemes end here and now. Perhaps you are not as smart as I once thought. Prepare to be ripped apart and to be born again as part of the new body of Sigma. Yeah, with Zero Z Saber, this is a really, really easy fight. You are strong, X. Strong enough to defeat Sigma. Doppler, can you talk? Sigma's true form is that of a computer virus. I was corrupted by him and I created a horrific new body for him. Where's the body now? It's in the underground hangar of this lab. I don't think Sigma has occupied it yet. Don't worry about me. Destroy the body before it's too late. Time is running out. Thanks, Doc. And now for the final part. Okay. Now, in this particular X game, there's one fight that is really, really the reason why most people think this is a very difficult game. This fight! We meet again, X. It was easy to corrupt that fool Doppler. And I would have succeeded if you hadn't interfered. But we are always destined to meet, aren't we, X? Let the eternal struggle begin! It's hard to get the timing down exactly to hit him. But if you do, this part of the fight goes fairly easy. And now for Kaiser Sigma. Well done, X, but I'm far stronger than my previous forms. Behold the power of the ultimate battle body. Oh, wow. Yep. Certainly ugly enough. Dang it. I wasn't quite high enough.
The hardest thing is getting the exact right height on the swing of the Z-Saber. Because there's a slight lag on the actual swing animation. And you can't just swing it while you're wall sliding because then X just turns and slashes at the wall instead. So you have to do it while you're jumping at Sigma. No, it can't be! I can't even defeat you with this magnificent body? There seems to be only one choice now. I'll possess you! And I hate this sequence. Thankfully, I didn't take too much damage when Sigma decided to finally start, throwing his face at me. Damn, it's a dead end. I fought his wireframe form before and kicked its ass. I should do so easily here. Give up, X. I'll possess your body and rule the whole world. Your Doppler. How did you obtain this? How do you feel now, Sigma? Did you like my special vaccine for the Sigma virus? X, I'm sorry to have given you so much trouble. I know I can never really atone for what I have done, but I will try to set things right by taking Sigma with me. My program is fading. X, it's time to say goodbye. And end credits time. Doppler's lab blown up. X golden. Literally. X has crushed Sigma's plan once again, but many questions still occupy his mind. Why must humans fight against Reploids? And why must Reploids fight against each other? As X stares at the burning remnants of Doppler's lab, his body trembles from an unknown sorrow. What does fate have in store for me? He wonders. He can only hope that someday, Dr. Light's plan for him will finally be revealed. Dr. Light just wanted you to, live your own life and help humans. That was really the limits of his ambitions. Unknown to X, his destiny has already been decided. To save mankind, he must destroy Zero. But only time will tell when and why. Mega Man X3 cast. Skycopter, Motorbanger, Caterkiller, Hangar Tur, Earth Commander. Head Gunner, Heal It, Carry Arm, Head Gunner Mass Pro. Ice Davoo, Snow Slider, Snow Rider, Wall Cancer, Blady, Victoroid. Mine Tortoise, Crab Blaster, Metacapsule, Hamma, Walker Blaster, Ganseki Carrier. Drill Wang, E1 DeVoe, Drill Mold W, Tomboard, Wild Tank, Ada Reader. Victoroid Customer. Escanale. I'm pretty sure that's just supposed to be Victoroid Custom. Gigantic Mechanoid, Mao the Giant, Mac. Genji Bone, Shuriken, Hotarika. Hell Crusher, Worm Seeker R. Be nice if there were portraits beneath each name so we know what the names are for. Rex 2000, Mosquitus. Volt Kuragil, Goliath. Press Disposer. Ride Armor Type Dre, 00, Chimera, Kangaroo, Hawk, Frog. Blast Hornet, power 3400, speed 8600. Blizzard Buffalo, power 9200, speed 3200. These numbers mean nothing. Gravity Beetle, power 6200, speed 3600. Toxic Seahorse, power 5800, speed 4300. Volt Catfish, power 8200, speed 1600. Crush Crawfish, power 4000, speed 7600. Tunnel Rhino, power 4200, speed 8000. Neon Tiger, power 3600, speed 9900. Bit, power 9400, speed 18,000. Bite, power 18,800, speed 8,200.
What does the scouter say about his power level?
It's over 9,000. God Car Machine, 22,900, 7,200. Vial Mark II, power 9,200, speed 7,200. Dr. Doppler, power 17,400, speed 18,000. Sigma, power 19,000 and speed 19,000. Kaiser Sigma, 32,000 and 20,000. Sigma Virus, power and speed immeasurable. Mega Man X and Zero, power and speed unknown. And you, yes you, dear viewer, thank you for watching. Yeah, a lot of people rate X3 as one of the hardest games, but I think it's just because a lot of people don't get very much practice with it. Once you know the boss patterns and how to get through the game, it's not that difficult. I mean, I'm not even a particularly skilled player, and I was able to get through it in about 2 hours. Thanks for playing. Presented by Capcom. But that has been Mega Man X3 done and dusted. Next up will be Mega Man X4, the next time Xenobears plays the Mega Man X game. But for now, I wish you all a good day, have fun, see you later.